Well, hello. This is Bishop Ed Udell, and I am bringing you what's called Illustrated High Points lesson about the assassination of a king by a judge of Israel. His name was, the guy that was the assassin, his name was Ehud. He's a judge of Israel. And the king, his name is Eglon. It's, it's, a, it's a story that's interesting because folks say, wait, is your God supporting assassination? No, this is just one thing that happened at that time. And see, if you don't go to heaven, you don't know why it was allowed to happen. But anyway, here we go. And this is from Ted Simonson in Union Gospel Press for the date of September 24th, 1963. He says, it's starting out, his topic is from God. And he uses Judges chapter 3, verse 20 in this first part. Let me read this to you. The coming of electricity made a big difference. Daylight and dark, hot and cold, clean and dirty, work and leisure. But some clung to rug beaters, human-powered sewing machines, cellars, and kerosene lamps out of sheer habit. There were people then who were suspicious. They ignored the simple arrangements that would have enabled them to enter the kingdom of electricity. They did not want to change. Some thought that they could not afford it. The Israelites had been living in sin and without God's power or blessing. But through God's leading, Ehud tapped into the power of God. Ted goes on and talks about this nation, Moab, how they were subdued in Judges chapter 3 and verse 30. Here's his thoughts. A Chinese Christian leader named Zhang, not his real name, was attending a training course for a house church network when he and the other leaders present were arrested, had their heads shaved, and were interrogated. When they were taken to a prison cell, they faced 15 other inmates that did not know. The cell leader asked, "Why are you here?" Zhang answered, "Because we're Christians." "You do not beat people up?" "No," Zhang assured him. The leader then asked to hear the gospel. Later, worship services were scheduled by the prisoners. The communists were frustrated. Before Zhang and his friends had finished their term in that prison, several of their cellmates had come to the Lord. Like Zhang, Ehud seemed to be at a terrible disadvantage, but God empowered him to help Israel subdue Moab, a fierce nation that put pressure on them. I have some more things to share with you in the future to illustrate the scriptures. But I want you read for yourself. If you don't know the God of Israel, the God of Christians, I encourage you to check it out. It won't hurt you and it won't cost you a penny. But don't be disillusioned by some with the name Christian or the name Jew or Israel or whatever name saying they're connected to the Creator, the Almighty, just because a service station is for cars and you take your car to be serviced and it is serviced and you're happy. Then I come along and I tell the mechanic, "I'm a car, fix me." And I keep saying, I'm a car. I believe I'm a car. Well, if they don't call the guys in the white jackets, I may stay there and take up time saying, fix me. I'm a car. The garage says, for automobiles, I am an automobile. And I want you to fix me because something about me is not right. Yeah, you got that right. Okay. Just because I say I'm a car, does that make me a car? No. Just because some people may say they are a godly, God-fearing, Holy Ghost living, sanctified bishop, does that mean they are really God's bishop? No. Just because someone says they believe in God or say they are a Christian, does that make them righteous? No. A lot of people have labels and they say a whole lot. It doesn't mean they are right or even righteous. That's why you have to connect with the Creator God for yourself. You need to read the Holy Bible for yourself. And if you're willing, some folks say, I don't believe in God. That's cool. I understand. It was hard for me to get this understanding, but I did research. I watched other people. Some people were a disappointment. I dare say, when I started my journey, I was also a disappointment to some other people because I was not righteous. Or I acted like I was kind of, but nah. It took a while for me to get a better understanding. And the main thing, a commitment. I had to make a commitment to the Christian way of life. I couldn't be, straddling, walking on a barbed wire fence because either way you fall, you're going to hurt yourself. It took me, I was a slow developing Christian. And there are those who are that way. They're not your Peter, Paul. They're more like Nathaniel, maybe others. Read the scriptures. The Son of Yahweh God, Jesus, didn't pick professional religious people. He picked some people that would blow your mind. He helped people. In fact, in the Holy Bible, there are stories about God blessing people who were prostitutes, murderers. Some had been to prison. One disciple of Jesus wanted to kill a bunch of people. He did strike one guy and took his ear off. But the Son of God, Yeshua, Jesus, had to put the ear back on the guy. So just because some people say they believe in God and they are Christian, don't accept the words, watch the work. Anyway, you're going to hear more of these stories that I trust will help you to understand how to relate to the Creator for yourself. Until then, may God bless you real good.